Hey, what's up everybody? Michael the Ark here. Today I'm going to be taking you through my Amara Elemental Goddess version 2.03 build. And let me first go into the skill tree. I do not have my class mod on right now. I'm going to show you the mobbing setup and then easy changes to make for bossing. Pretty much any boss it will decimate so far from my testing. Because this is a ties that bind build mainly for mobbing, Samsara, Do Harm, and Laid Bare will not work with this build. They do not proc at all. They don't give you the bonuses that they're supposed to, because in the red tree, the only element or the only action skill that actually does damage is Fist over Matter. This Eternal Fist, the Ties That Bind, and Phase Grasp, none of them actually do damage itself. So, over here in the green tree, we have 3 in personal space. We have 2 in clarity, and that is going to unlock Corrosive as an action skill element. Over here in the purple tree, we've got 5 into heavy rain, and then that is going to unlock Cryo as an action skill element, and we're going to go with the flow, put 1 into that to actually help with the Cryo. This build is going to focus on Cryo a lot. Over here in the blue tree, we've got 1 into Fast Hands, 5 into Violent Tapestry, 3 into Transcend, 5 into Restless, 1 into Ascendant, 3 into From Rest, 3 into Wrath, 1 into Remnant, 3 into Awakening, and 1 into Avatar. By having just a single point in Violent Tapestry and then a point into Avatar, we are going to be unlocking with this one 10 stacks, max stacks of Rush, and then this one is going to give us a bonus 10, so that'll be 20, and with our class mod we will have 25. That's going to allow us to do some massive damage when we pop our action skills. Over here in this tree, in the red tree, we have Anima, 5 in Anima, 1 in Steady Hands, 3 in Infusion. In Infusion, I don't like to put all of it in there, but I don't like it to be too low either. It seems that 3 is just the right amount in it. Tempest, we have 5 in. Dread, we have 1. Indiscriminate, we have 1. Deep Well, 1. Catharsis, I think is how it's said, we have 1 into that. 1 into Sustainment. 4 into Conflux, and 1 into Forceful Expression. Now, back to the green tree, what is going to give us our survivability? Clarity is going to help when we're out of combat. It will regenerate us, but not all that great. But while in combat, all we have to do is shoot something, and Sustainment will keep us full. And this build is going to focus on when we're mobbing, Ties That Bind, and Stillness of Mind, as I said before. And you can choose any action skill elements you want. If you want Fire, you choose this one. If you want Corrosive, choose this one. Cryo, this one. And if you want Shock, you have to go to Manage Loadout, go over to it and unequip it, and that will give you Shock. So we're going to go with Cryo on this. I'm going to go down here and equip my class mod and show you this stuff right quick. So for the shield, we have the Revolter, and we also have a Transformer. The Revolter is going to do more damage, but the Transformer is going to give us ammo if we want it by absorbing it, and it's also going to make us immune to electricity. We are using Phase Zerker. We have on a very good roll on this. Weapon critical damage and weapon damage, plus Conflux has 3 into it. This is a almost god roll. We are using a Merv Hex. Now for mobbing, I'm going to use the Cryo one, and what we have is on grenade throw, weapon, grenade, and action skill damage are increased by 25% for 6 seconds. That's absolutely the best anointment to have on the grenade mods for this build, especially when mobbing or against bosses, and you'll see why that is later. For your artifact, pick your favorite type. Snowdrift, so you can get around. I would go with this one, an icebreaker launch pad, an icebreaker rocket boots, or an icebreaker auto idle would all be great. A snowdrift auto idle would also be absolutely great for this build. The Pearl of Ineffable Knowledge would be great for bossing as well. But you want to have pistol damage, or it doesn't matter about the pistol damage. Your favorite weapon, try to get damage in that. Even if you just get weapon damage, I don't know if it's available on these or not, that stat in particular, but you want magazine size for sure. And if you can get an action skill cooldown rate, it's going to be amazing as well. So for weapons, we've got a lot of beacons. We have monarchs, flippers, poisons, thorns, light shows, hornets, or a hornet, a thunderball fist, the nighthawken, the boomer, Kibsworth, and the torrent. They're all going to be decent for this build. The torrent's probably the worst out of the ones I named. And the Chaoson I have not tested yet. This one I haven't tested. The others were not for her, had bad anoints on them, and they did not work on her. So, as far as assault rifles, you want to have a Breath of the Dying for running through things like trials or something that's on Mayhem 1 or no Mayhem. It will literally just wipe out the entire field for you with one kill, and it's without even popping your phase grasp. It's really good. Unfortunately, it just does not translate on her to Mayhem 11 like some of my other characters. So the Chaos is really good as well as the Monarch. The Barrage is okay. The Bearcat is pretty good on her. If you can get a Arctic Star Helix that has next to Mag's Cryo, they work really good on this. Let's see here. As far as shotguns go, the Brainstormer it'll level the shields out of everybody out there, but it's not going to do that much damage unless you've got other things proccing at the same time. Then it'll melt everything at one time. But my preferred shotgun so far is the Convergence. It just seems to do better than all of the rest. The Hellwalker honestly does not seem to work all that great on her. It does work. I think a 300 over 90 would probably be better. For snipers, I have been liking the Storm, but with the changes to the build, it does not seem to be quite as good, and I'm not sure why that is, but it is still a very good weapon. The Krakatoa works very well on her, and the Complex Root actually works fairly well on her. So let's go mobbing and just... So you can see I have this one on shock. That's going to do a lot of damage. That one's on cryo. We're going to pull that out, and then this is going to be on fire. So grenade, top.
I hope you're warmed up.
We're going to switch over to cryo. I didn't even do anything to him. That was my remnant just crushed him. Just to make sure, this one has, while grasp is active, weapon damage is increased by 100%. If you don't know what bipods do, basically it doubles the amount of pellets that you're shooting. So this one is a ×8. It's going to take 2 ammo. I think that means it's going to take 4 ammo per shot, but it's going to do actually 16 pellets. And there's one there. We're actually going to run over here. Boom. You see how that does. We're going to pop that. Now, this is without, so we're going to with the bipod open, it just decimated.
Not gonna hold him forever. Feels so right. Break a sweat.
So, yeah, this area is usually so hard to go through, and that was a bad run, a very bad run of it. Usually I just go through and just cut through them like butter, so. Same thing that we've been doing. We're going to let them all get out if we can. Boom. Pop.
Absolute massive.
He's standing sideways. Look at that. I mean, can you get through this area quicker? Yeah, actually you can. I've been through it much quicker with this build already. The next thing we're going to do is go up here and actually do some ratch. So we're just going to switch this over. We're probably going to just use this, and let's see. Just to show you how they work. We've got a light show as well. I've got a Kib's Worth as well. I'm going to throw that on, and yeah, we'll go through that way. Let's make sure that our stuff is set to radiation. All right. If you want to kill Ratch, use radiation because it goes through them a lot quicker than other stuff does. I'm just going to run right up here, grab some ammo, and we'll go decimate them. So this is the Kib's Worth. Again, grenade. Get them all out here. All right, that's the Kib's Worth. All right. This is because we're throwing the grenade before we do the grasp. It just melts them that quick. All right. So we're going to do the light show with this one. I'm going to wait for him to get the others out. Boom. The grenades with the anointment, like I just showed, the anointment of weapon or on grenade throw, weapon, grenade, and action skill damage are increased by 25% for 6 seconds. That with your action skill, everything, that procs all of that, and it is awesome. This is without it, and it still does really good, but wow. So I'm going to actually head over here and get the trump, and I think that time was because I had the revolter on, and that was part of the effect from that. We are actually going to go through trump 3 times so I can show you different ways to do stuff. We're going to equip the flipper. I believe it's this one, the fire one. We're going to keep the grasp there equipped, and I think we're just going to go, let's just go exactly with what we have right here. And I'm not going to change anything at all. We have our action skill over here on Cryo. I just want you to see how this does with the same mobbing against him. So the only thing I am going to change is I am going to change the grenade to the shock one, and that should just help with the shield a little bit. I won't need it really, but you'll see what I'm talking about here. So we're going to get over here. And he's dead right there. We're going to go ahead and give up so that we can come back down here and see what that was. So, note to self, do not stand by the barrel over there. And that was just an elementalist. Not the one I would want if I have one. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and now I am going to switch my gear. So, you've seen how that happened. If I was to go in with this and grasp and then attack him, it's pretty slow. But what we're going to do is go in and we're going to put on, if I can find it, the same one I will use basically the same setup for Grave Ward next. This time we're going to use a slightly different thing though. We've got this that has fire on it. This doesn't really matter. Whatever you want to be here, it doesn't matter, to be honest with you. The 2 weapons we're going to use are those 2. I will go ahead and put on that light show. So what we're going to change over here, this time we're going to go in and we're going to change it to Soul Sap. We're going to change it to Fire. And we are going to change this to Face Slam. Now, this is going to be going through with just the Monarch and showing you how that works. This is a Face Slam change up basically, and it is set over to fire. So alright, what we're going to do is switch over to our rifle. We're going to go ahead and pull the bipod mode out. We're on shock. We don't necessarily need to be on anything, but we're going to go ahead and slide in. Alright. So you see the damage that does. Alright. Now that was fire. And that was with me doing half of the damage with the other thing first. I gotta see what this is. Okay, so it was a chaos. But this time, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in here and we're gonna hit manage loadout. And we're going to unequip that so that we are on shock. Now, I will tell you this, if you load into the game and you have shock equipped, you have to go equip another one and then unequip it, or it's taking that out and it's saying there's nothing there. So make sure that you do that if you want to use shock. And we are just simply going to reload here. Alright, so you can see what I was saying. The action skill is no longer there. So we're going to have to do that. The element's no longer there. So now we're on shock. And we are going to go down here. Alright. Bipod mode. Run. That quick. That quick. It did help that he procced the shield, but yeah. Alright, I'm going to go to Grave Ward, and I will show you how I do that. We're over here at Grave Ward, and I'm going to use this loadout here. You could use the Start Krakatoa. It's going to do stuff. The weapons that you're actually going to get the damage from is going to be this Monarch with the way that I'm fixing to do it. The beacon, I don't know why it's doing that. So the beacon you want to set to your fire. I'm going to use my light show, although the light show does not have a good anoint on it. If all of these had, after using phase slam, weapon damage is increased by 300%. This would go so fast, it would not take but a few minutes to go, or just a few seconds to go through probably. But we're going to go on in here and set up this to fire. I'm going to go ahead and make this bipod mode, make that incendiary, and we're going to switch over to, let's just switch to this. So the goal here when I first drop down is to get into the hole. This is my strat for this, my strategy. Get over here. Okay. I'm going to jump up, switch. That procs all the extra damage.
I am the greatest.
I thought that he was going to get up faster than that. Again, I'm basically just using the other guns to switch out. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. He's down. Now what we are actually doing is we are proccing the 25% damage. probably die with this. No, 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 no. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Alright. And then we're proccing the 300% damage and taking him down. And I've done it much smoother. I've done it in a minute and something. It's not hard to do. It's repetition and learning how to do it. But basically with that method, you can boss just about anything probably in the game. I have not tried. Oh, we actually have a new skin. I have not tried to do Hemovorus, but besides that, I think I can take on anything in the game with this, hands down. So there you go, and I hope you have enjoyed, and we'll find some use for this. I will see y'all next time.